Now, seriously, just because I love to draw them in all of their veiny glory
What?
doesn't mean that I love dicks. So I don't know where this rumor came from.
I'm sorry, the banners suggest otherwise.
Well, who the hell are the banners? Who have they been talking to?
I don't know what you're talking about. They've been talking to me. I'm sorry. It was me. It was
Appreciating
me.
dicks and loving dicks are two very different things. I'm just saying. Anyway, are we supposed to be
Wait.
doing something here?
Wait, are we recording? Uh-oh. Do you hear feeding the ducks?
You and your buttons.
That means that we are recording.
Unts, unts.
Are we gonna fuck the ducks?
Fucking the ducks. Let's do it.
I think you're ready. Let's do this.
Yay! Hey, everybody! Gotta get in the mood.
I'm just a monkey loser. Oh, wait, wrong show. Wrong show. It's our shout out to Salacious. How you doing, Josh?
Who's Salacious?
Rum? Who's on first?
I'm good.
Good?
Good. How are you, Shanti?
I'm good. I'm feeding the ducks.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you are part of StreamYard, if you work for StreamYard, please email us at popmyculturecherry23@gmail.com because I want to know why this is called feeding the ducks.
Feeding the ducks. What are you feeding the ducks? Some dick? I'm just saying. This is definitely some sexy time. Get it on music.
This is. Oh my god. Highly inappropriate.
Anyway.
Oh my lord. Oh my god.
So,
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Hang on. Yep, definitely excited.
Yeah, great.
Yep. All right.
What are we doing today?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We are doing an awesome interview today, guys.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we are talking about
Boobs. Some of us have them. Some of us love them.
Some of us do and shouldn't. I don't know.
No, well, fair warning. This is pre-recorded because we support motherhood, and our lovely guest, who we're going to introduce shortly, she is a mom, so we wanted to cater to her, obviously, because we care here at Pop My Culture. So, sorry, chat. No shout-outs today. Don't know what to tell you. And if you have a question, we'll try and do our best to answer it in the chat room. But before we bring on our guest, who is the co-creator of this awesome comic book, we're going to show you a little clip that they have on their Kickstarter that gives you a little idea of what this is all about. Are we ready to show it, Josh?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
Oh my god.
Oof. Yay, my birthday!
That was great. Yeah, that was your birthday, oddly enough. That is so funny. That's super appropriate. Actually. Yes, really appropriate.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay, Homelander.
Come on.
Calm down. God, that was sick.
Yes.
But I love the boys. Anyway, right. Are we ready to bring on our guest?
Yes, we are.
All right, here we go, everyone. Please welcome to Pop My Culture, Mindy Wheeler. Hi, Mindy.
Yay!
Awesome. I'm so glad to be
welcome.
here. Thank
welcome,
you.
welcome. Love to have you. How you doing?
Doing good. You guys made my day with those banners. I'm obsessed. That is so
Uh,
fantastic.
I just
We
like that
try
my
to keep it
head's right
professional.
between the, yeah, it's
Oh,
lovely.
this was me earlier. This was me earlier.
Just
I
wait
mean,
till
they're
we come out
right
with our next
there.
book, Super Dick.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
it's
on the
official.
roster.
I already love this woman right here.
Yes. Sign me up.
We
Oh, this
chose
is
a
great.
really
Just because you don't have to appreciate and love the appreciating and loving are at the same time, right? So you can have that banner
Exactly.
behind you
exactly.
with the
Exactly.
Super Dick, and you're just appreciating what every
Yeah,
human
just-
appreciates.
Yeah. All its veiny glory. Yes. Oh.
Oh,
So,
so
go
you want to
ahead.
go first, Josh? No.
I was just
All
gonna.
right.
We need to get to know Mindy. So
We do
tell
need to go to know Mindy.
tell us a
So,
little bit about
Mindy,
yourself.
Okay, there's a delay. It just started happening. You said
Okay.
tell you a little bit about me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, it froze up for a second. Sorry if I'm talking over you. I don't mean to.
No,
you're
you're good.
Well, my name is Mindy. My husband's name is Mike. You can think of us as Mike and Mindy, like Mork and Mindy. That's how I usually say it. And he's busy doing work and stuff, so I've kind of taken over the face of it. Plus, that's all my art. So I think he kind of helped me write. He wrote it. Okay, he wrote the initial scripts, and then I expanded on it. So a writer gets the easy job between the two of us. He wrote it. He spent a week on it. Now I've spent 2.5 years on this book.
Mhm.
So I do the promo stuff. But I've been working in comics for 9 years.
Oh wow.
2014. So 9 years doing. I started as a colorist for other artists, and then I did pinups and stuff and some covers. And then this is actually my first book where it's 100% my stuff. So that's
Nice.
really exciting for me. And we just so happen to be really people who really love to laugh. So this is what we came up with. It's
Wow.
about time, right? that we have
This is
something.
what
perfect,
made you
though.
laugh. Yeah,
Let me
boobs.
tell you.
Yeah. So tell us about
My-
boobs.
Yeah.
Mindy.
I think it's a fantastic story. Despite the superficial title, I actually really like the story. All the depth, physically and emotionally, that is in this book has been really fun. There's this is the first book, so it's the hook and the inciting event where the two main characters meet and they get involved in the story. In issue 2, which is coming out this year, I'm guessing about August, September is when I want to launch it. The villain gets introduced. So right now I've got this like really badass 8-issue story arc, and then we'll see if it goes on from there. I'm willing to do it, but I have this really bomb story arc that I can't wait to get out and finish, and then we'll see how it develops beyond there. But it's a fun story. It's a cosplayer. That's who Boobs is.
Okay.
And she gets
yeah.
the nickname of Boobs. And Samchai is a photographer, and they meet, and he like instantly falls in love, with her beauty. And,
Sure.
A big sort
Beauty.
of.
I mean, I'm in love. I'm
Yes.
just saying. So yeah,
Shit, even I'm in
I
love.
get it. I get
She's
it.
got
Yeah.
this ditzy personality too, but you'll find out that there's like a lot of reasons why she's that way, and it's a fantastic story. It's parody, it's a satire, so it makes fun of everything that I can think of to make fun of at all, and I just love it. It's a blast.
Well,
So that's
I
it.
did actually want to ask you, because you said she was ditzy. Is the term boobs, is that, does it have a double meaning, as in she's a little bit of a boob and she has boobs, or is that just completely coincidental?
It can go a lot of directions. No, that's totally there too. I took the concept of just boobs. My husband, we were in the car. This is how it started, and we were talking about a book, and we were talking about Vegas too. And he said, "I wonder if we just made a book and called it just Boobs."
Yeah.
And we were like,
When I think
looking
of
at each other
Vegas,
back
that's
and forth, like,
definitely what
no.
comes
Yeah,
to
I
mind is
mean-
boobs. So yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, that'd be a hit in Vegas. And we started just laughing, like coming up with all these ideas. So, and then he had to really work and focus on work and kind of drop off. And then I expanded it. And the script he wrote, I changed a bit and expanded and turned it into 2 issues, and I did all this character development, and it was so much fun taking like this superficial concept and thinking of every single way I could make boobs fun. So yes, totally. There's boobs in that way. There's boobs in this way, where she's well endowed. There's boobs in every which way of every shape and size, in every direction that I could possibly think of. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
In
That is
every
excellent.
connotation.
That's what I like to hear. This is the
But-
place.
It's a
One-stop
book for
shopping
everybody.
for all boobs.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, that is
Oh
good.
my
That is
God.
good.
You're gonna
Um,
have quite the fandom with our little
Oh,
crew.
oh, they're gonna love it. Yes,
We're gonna love
absolutely.
this. I can't wait.
Um,
Can't
so I
wait to
did
see
want to
this
ask
Skyrim.
you, as an artist, do you prefer to draw and work on more satirical type of stuff, or do you prefer the more serious type of material, or does it really not matter? It's just a matter of if you enjoy it or not.
You cut out for a second in the beginning. There was a motorcycle or something. You said, do I prefer drawing the comedic stuff or
The
the serious stuff?
or the more
The,
serious
the
stuff.
internet doesn't even want to hear you, Josh.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, between this more serious stuff, like more action-y type comics versus the more satirical stuff, do you have a preference there, or do you feel like they are kind of one and the same?
I like the comedy and the satire. I like facial expressions when I draw. So like a good book to me is a lot of like timing and beats and like from panel to panel. And so action, I'm a girl, so I didn't grow up like reading heavy action. There is action actually in this first issue a little bit. But I've been working on this very serious book for like 10 years in my head.
Oh wow.
And like the world sometimes is everybody gets down on politics or the economy or whatever. So like this past year I've had this whole like emotional revelation within myself that I just want to laugh, like screw it all, and this serious book that I have like on the back burner that I'm always building, I've just been kind of like putting that to the side, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna have the most fun that I ever could possibly have with this book. And I like it. I don't know if I'll ever really go back to the serious book at the same way. That one's not completed. It doesn't have as much work in it as this does for the artwork. But right now, I would say comedy. I'd say this funny stuff is just like awesome because
I
I'm
hear
laughing
you.
as I'm drawing it,
We all
It's
need
like,
a
That's
little
how
how
you
would
bit of
I
know.
do anything
Yeah.
different? Yeah.
That's how you know.
It's
I
awesome.
do. I know to some people it might sound egotistical, but I always figure, listen, if it's making me crack up as much as it is, then I'd like to hope that it's going to make everyone else laugh. But you brought up something interesting, actually, that ties into a question that I had for you, which is, you know, listening to. I was kind of the same way. Yes, I'm a girly girl, but I always liked a lot of the boy stuff, and that was, but I was never one to read comic books, that was seen again more as a boy thing, and there was just too much violence in it and this and that. But I really love the concept of this, and you what I wanted to know is basically, have you gotten any backlash at all for this, especially like from the female side of things? Have they been really embracing? Because I know some people would probably want to argue that this goes against feminism, but I think this is absolutely amazing. And in a way, I think this is empowering, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's embracing feminism.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it is what it
I'd
is.
like to embrace it. I mean,
Oh, geez.
at first sight, I'm immediately invested in the main character here. So
That's a fascinating.
the hell, that's another typical thing.
That's typical. I like
so,
putting him in
yeah,
timeout.
I get fired regularly, and then she keeps rehiring me. I'm not sure what's wrong with her. I mean, really, who is the glutton for punishment?
I like the torture.
She's the one that wears the pants, huh? She's the boss.
Yeah.
The boss.
Sometimes.
That's a good question. Like, I actually have thought a lot about that, and that's in the writing a little bit.
Okay.
Like, and I'm not going to say it's biased one way or the other because it's not.
Yeah.
It's from her perspective, and she's very ditzy. And you'll see why. She's just very naive. And so she doesn't know anything. She's not invested in politics. She's not invested in right or wrong, like politically. She comes from this like totally different world, and she's really in her own head. So that's what I like about the writing and the story is that you'll see it from her perspective, and she's like, she's kind of like a child in how she does everything. This is all new to her, and
Right.
so she's gonna go through all those feelings too. Like, she, you know, at some point she's exposed, and you'll see that in the writing, and I liked that approach because it's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. Like, I just kind of like blew all that heaviness drama out of it. And I was like, what if a girl who was well endowed, you went through this experience, she doesn't come from having a background any which way, like, you know, what would she go through? And I like the depth of that in the writing. There's also like a phase of the book where there'll be a little bit of internet bullying and like and stuff like that. And she again, like, she's kind of become this superhero for me of a character, because she's got this really strong like optimism and will push through it, and you'll see that in the character development. So no, like, I haven't gotten any blowback. I'll just say that. No blowback. And
that's good to
there's
hear.
Great
there's
choice
people
of
from
word.
all sides.
Yes.
People
Is
from
that a
all sides of the aisle. No, I admit I got one comment that was like, some dude on the internet was like, I am very depressed and I wanted to be happy looking at boobs, but I just cannot be happy. My world is ending. There was like this one weird comment like from one dude
Oh.
that I was like, if you can't
How could you
appreciate
not-
boobs,
Yeah.
then you must be like really in a dark place. And so
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that.
Someone
Maybe
give
I
that guy a hug.
I
Boobs
know.
make everything
thing.
better. It's okay. Just take it in. You know.
Just
It's
hold it
fine.
in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, hold the boobs and
Caress
then
it.
just
It's a pillow.
enjoy it.
Dirty pillows.
Dirty pillows. Yes.
Yeah. Just if you need a
Exactly.
boober to lean on,
Yeah.
just, you know, lay out your feelings on it. That's okay. So one guy let out his feelings. That's what all I can say. That is the worst feedback I've had. Everybody else has been really positive.
That's
all
great. I
across
really
the
love
board.
hearing that. Yeah, because I mean, that was definitely one of the first things that I thought. I was like, oh my God, in this day and age, I was like, some women must go crazy when they see something like this, but I totally get it. And I feel like we've kind of lost our sense of humor. So it's really nice to have something that is a parody and is really comedic, because I love to laugh. And
Yeah.
we all have a
People
dark
take
place,
everything
and
way
I
too
have a dark
seriously
place,
these
and I
days,
don't want to
so
be there. I want to laugh. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean,
good.
boobs are awesome because it is a little bit feminist in the way that like she's proud of her boobs.
Good. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, why
I
And
shouldn't
there's
agree.
she
nothing
be?
wrong with that.
There is
Exactly.
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. No, I agree
Yep.
100%.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I'm sure you do.
The
Totally
most
sincere.
seriously, like I promise.
Not misogynistic
I'm not
at
being
all.
misogynistic. No,
Not chauvinistic.
I am
whatsoever.
I am appreciating the female form. That's all.
Are you
So,
sweating,
I'm bringing
Josh?
it back.
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling like Tom Cruise in Top Gun. Like he's just literally moist through that entire movie.
Drenched
No,
in
I'm
sweat.
good. I'm good. I'm a little distracted by the backgrounds, but it's fine.
I love these backgrounds. I almost want to make
Yeah.
them permanent.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway,
Go for it. They're awesome. Man, you should
they are
see
great.
the art of number 2. You're going to
Mhm.
appreciate too. So the artwork on issue 1 and issue 2 is done already. And there's
Oh,
a really,
great.
I
Oh,
think I
wow.
even have it on my Instagram, but I've perfected it since then. But the second issue, she's just like squish them like this. And she's got this happy smile. She's like super proud of her rack. And that's
Man.
great.
I wish I
That's
had her
great.
rack.
No,
I know, I don't. I'm not very
I
well
know.
endowed.
Like, come on.
Yep.
You're good. No worries.
I think a lot of girls aren't, but you
It's
know,
true.
whatever. That's okay. We all
Well,
shapes and
it's-
sizes in this.
I
book.
can
Hey.
appreciate all shapes and
When I went to high school, the girls that got really lucky, they hated them because their back hurts. The girls that didn't have them wanted them. Same thing with my height. I was tall. All the girls wanted to be tall, and I was like, I wish I were a few inches shorter. So
Me too. What?
always want
No,
what we can't have.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Nothing.
No one cares, Josh.
I know. Anyway, no, I absolutely, and I love the art.
No, the art's
really
beautiful.
do. And
I do. I
I've
really
been
do
a
love the
comic
art.
book collector for years, and I'm myself a visual artist, and it was the art that drew me to comics. But then as
Yeah.
I read more, it became the stories, that really kept me hooked. And I wanted to ask you, you said that that your husband sort of took over and sort of did the immediate rough draft on the first couple of issues as far as the story. Does he himself have a comic book writing background, or is this kind of his first time working on this stuff with you, or?
Oh, so that's a cool question because actually he wanted to be a writer and he went to college for English a long time ago.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
But then he changed streams, and I think there's a part of him that always like wanted to explore that maybe. And he's a very good writer. He can bust out scripts like stories, really fast. And so he has a lot of experience doing that. And then so that was kind of like what he was almost destined to do, and then I was almost destined to do the art. And I've been drawing since I was, a little kid. But there have been times where I've just given it up, and there was even a couple years in comics that I was just really turned off by comics because of all the politics and the nasty. There's a lot of nasty.
I was going to ask, is it the
creators.
industry? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
that.
heard a lot of drama from several different people in the industry. It gets pretty rough. Yeah.
It has, and the publishers have gone through all sorts of nonsense with page rates and outsourcing, and I think they're basically all on drugs. But like I've seen it all, and nothing surprises me anymore.
I don't disagree.
But the art is awesome.
It's a hot
medium-
mess, but
Yeah.
I still love them though.
Yeah, me too.
No, what would you say your favorite part about the art is? I mean, just the actual penciling, or are you more of an ink kind of girl, or do you prefer the coloring?
I would say that I call it a painter's brain. I have a painter's brain, and sometimes that's a struggle. Actually, that's a struggle all the time for me because I want to paint forever. So
Yeah.
I'll sit there on a piece and I'll just it's the depth, it's the layers, it's the shadowing, and I just have to stop myself sometimes. So when it comes to inks, I'm not very good at inks. I have had some good pieces I've been proud of, but inking is hard for me because it's just black and white, and I can't get that depth. I can't carve that depth out of it.
Yeah.
So that's been a struggle for me, and I'd say for every creator, especially in comics, if you don't gravitate towards comic book penciling and comic book inking and comic book coloring as it has been for 50 years, then it's sort of a wild hot mess because I had to figure out what my style was, and I went through many different mediums, and I struggled because sometimes you can be a really good artist, but if you're in the wrong medium, your stuff looks like shit. So
Yeah.
so
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
it took me
Absolutely.
a while.
I
But
was more
now
of
I
a
do digital.
sculptor painter kind of guy, and I do really enjoy charcoal, but yeah, no, I totally get it. The medium watercolor, no, so it's just things like that, So.
I do stick figures, so
I do stick figures too, but they're usually doing lewd things, so
please don't bring that out.
I don't have my notebook with me.
Thank God.
We're good.
He has his own drawing of boobs. Stick figure.
Literally a stick figure with
You-
circles and
it would
dots. So.
deeply inspire you, Mindy.
I mean, I could
That'd
probably
be
draw
awesome.
one really quickly.
Speaking of art, I'm gonna share the screen here because we have the your website of the Kickstarter.
Well, before we get to that, actually, or as we segue into that,
Haven't you
I wanted
spoken
to,
enough?
Well, no, I love comics, so I have questions.
Go ahead.
Geez, God forbid I be the one that talks.
No, man.
And you see how I was saying she was the one that was going to talk the whole time. Anyway, but what made
Haven't said a word.
Was it all the politicking and everything that kind of made you want to do your own thing, or is that something you've always kind of wanted to get to eventually?
Oh man. Oh, so that's a good question too. You guys are on fire asking all these
Thank you.
questions that they're not
I make it
shallow
up
at
as
all.
I
They're
go. So
He does. He's a great bullshitter.
You're a natural. Well, so on the publishing ins and outs, I remember years ago, it was probably 2016 or 15, and some publisher at a show, I was trying to go around and get jobs, right? I was showing my stuff hey, hire me. And come to find out that the industry is a lot of oh, if you have the most Instagram hits, we'll hire you. But that doesn't necessarily mean you could draw. And
Right.
anyone can pay for Instagram likes too. So it's a lot of shallow hiring. And I was running into that. I was like, this industry makes no sense. There's no ladder to climb. How do I get a job and work and get exposure? And the publishers changed their model. It was no. You bring the exposure to us. You pay for your likes. And one of them straight up told me, if you want to be hired by us, you should write a book for free, draw it, do all of it. put it on the internet, and if it gets basically internet famous and goes viral, then we'll hire you. And I was like, that is not how that's supposed to work.
No,
You're a
I
publisher,
actually
you're supposed to.
This is why no one wants to work.
I myself have a story that I wanted to try to get published, and I was pretty much told the same thing, that if you weren't already a known entity that could bring them some sort of notoriety, then they weren't interested. So I completely understand.
And that's very backwards to me. That's like saying you need to have credit before you get a credit card, but no one will give you a credit card, right?
Right? How does that work? You know, not enough experience. It's like, well, how am I ever going to get experience if you're never going to hire me to do the job?
Like you said, you're missing out on actual true talent. I'm not saying these people aren't talented on some level, but I mean, anyone can whip out a card and pay for likes and pay for followers and things like that. So that's not, how many people are losing out on a genuine opportunity who truly deserve it.
And it becomes kind of a club. It reminds me a little bit of Hollywood, and probably I would guess maybe music is the same. Like they hire their friends, and then they also shun people who aren't circles of their friends. So I was getting a lot of the shunning, a lot of the not hiring, and I was so confused because that's not how things work in a world that makes sense. So but that like rung true with me, and I never forgot what that publisher said. And I was like, no, I am not doing all that work for free. Hell no. But I have through the years written a book that I would have put out, and then I just decided to do it this way. I would have pitched it to a publisher, but then I kind of got into the crowdfunding thing. So here I am with maybe what I would have done, but I'm not going to work for them anymore.
Right.
Hell no.
No, do your own thing. Exactly. Well, this proves you don't need them.
Yeah.
So
right. Exactly.
Well,
if you're gonna get internet famous, anyways,
then just be internet famous and don't worry about that. Exactly. Yeah. Completely.
Exactly.
It's the world we live in.
So, as we were, let's check out this Kickstarter.
Jeez.
All right, jeez.
I'm trying to figure out just the best layout. Boobs.
All right.
Glorious boobs.
Whichever one chose the boobs.
I wish I could get.
That's my voice on the. Oh, sorry. That's my voice on the video.
Oh, really?
Going boobs. Really? That's That's awesome.
I just lowered the pitch like as low as I could go.
I never would have thought that was you. That makes
so
it
funny.
even better.
Apologies.
I have this cloud thing that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just embarrassed. It was embarrassing recording it because I have this cloud that like goes out to my mother-in-law and stuff, and I was hoping like, oh man, I hope that this video doesn't get uploaded on her phone where I'm sitting there like looking at this camera all close and I'm going boobs, boobs, like trying to get the right voice. I quickly deleted it, like that never happened.
One person saw it always. It's just like when you send that email and you try to recall it, but somebody
and you're like,
saw it.
no.
Somebody saw it. They archived it. It's done. It's too late.
Printed it, framed it.
Printed, screenshotted. Yes.
It's like my eyeball right here.
Right.
I look like a creep.
I really do love the artwork. The artwork really is pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, it is. It's fantastic.
How long would you say it took you to draw these covers?
Wow. So over the past 2.5 years, I've gotten a lot faster. I used to do pencil, ink, flatting, coloring. This book started that way. It was like 5 steps per page. It took forever. But then at the last little stretch there, I really pushed myself, and I do it all digital now in one program. I said, fuck it all. I don't no need to separate it. Save me time. So a Sirens cover, the one where they're all in the water, splashity, splashity. And then the one next to it, actually, the Mega Pint, I busted both of those out in 1 week.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
So
I could bust both of those out in about 10 seconds. Wait a minute, never mind.
Please stop.
No, I love the licking the beer glass.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I like the Sirens one. I mean, that one's actually,
it's beautiful.
set aside that, how sexy it is. It's just a really beautiful
No,
drawing.
I love the contours of the shape to it. Yeah.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
What?
I
No, I'm
can't
not.
wait. No. I'm just thinking, I can't wait to see the chat room just explode.
I don't want to see the chat room explode. Come on.
They're
Bring
gonna
a
lose
towel.
their
No,
minds.
anyway,
Yeah,
go
no, definitely bring a towel. Now you look the pin up. See, I love that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean that's just I always love the classic.
And this
pinups.
guy's time of his life.
Right? Dude,
Yep.
he
That's
is living
some
his
chai.
best life. Yes, that is some guy. He is loving it.
Some chai is the that's how it opens. I think it should still be live. The first like 7 pages are free online somewhere that
Okay.
I made like a year ago. And that's how it opens up. So it opens up to a bunch of boobs in the book. And it just gets better
Nice.
from there. In fact, some person is even smacked in the face with a boob in this book. I don't know if you knew that.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
If I'm gonna get smacked in the face, that would be my preference.
I've heard it feels like a pillow. Actually, once I posted that, people were responding and they're like, "Oh no, I actually have been smacked in the face with a boob." I'm like, "Really? Really? That's a thing?" They go, "Oh yeah." And they started telling me about it. I'm like, "Can I put this in the book?" So probably at the end of the book, because I've just had so much awesome random feedback about all kinds of boob things, I want to like make a whole section of like all the cool, funny stories people have.
Oh, you got to.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's so awesome. You have to. You must. God, this
So,
is beautiful,
what
man.
what made you want to make the character a cosplayer specifically?
Yeah.
That was just my husband's his idea.
Okay.
And we were all involved in the convention scene years ago, so that was the life we lived. I was not a cosplayer, but I was an artist, and we'd go around, and we were around it all the time. So that's his
So,
idea.
are cosplayers ditzy?
I know one or two that are. I don't know about all of them.
He's trying to be
Like,
nice.
no comment.
Are you trying to cause a fight, Josh?
What? No.
I do know one or two very ditzy ones, but I don't know many. I can't speak for them all. So everybody has stuff they got to do for work. I think that a lot of their costumes and stuff are pretty cool, and some people put
yeah.
like a lot of
A lot
work
of
into
time.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Very creative. They're just like models of today, that aren't at New York Fashion Week with a big pretzel on their head with a costume that doesn't make any sense that nobody cares about. So, at least they're doing something. They're models that are involved that you can interact with. So I think that's cool about them.
I think that's cool, among
yeah.
other things. Yeah.
Is there any part of, the story itself or the characters that, maybe, because a lot of people sometimes like to inject themselves into their, their writing or their paintings and stuff like that. So is there any part of this that, your husband writ with, kind of maybe some of his characteristics or your characteristics into the characters?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh boy.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I'm sure that your husband wouldn't mind being surrounded by all that. I'm just saying,
Well, actually, funny enough, he's not really a dead tit guy. I'd say he's more of an ass guy.
I'm not either. So
But-
hey,
There you go.
there you go, Mike.
Found
Yeah.
a new
But it's really cool, like a full circle thing. So we're about to hit 10 years together, and
Aw.
this
Congratulations.
Samchai, thank you.
Yeah.
Samchai was a character that it's so weird and funny how like full circle this is. When we first met, in like the first 2 weeks, we hung out with each other. We were inseparable, and we were doing this accent. And Samchai is a person he knew. It's a real guy. It's his old tool pusher in the oil field, and he used to. God, he does the voice, and it's so funny. And we just laughed, and we were talking all about Samchai. So it's so funny. Like 10 years later, here we are with this book, and we got Samchai in it. So that's all him. And then as
Nice.
far
That
as
is great.
he's great, I did change his character a little bit. And he said, "You changed my character." And I said, "Well, I had to because I've turned it more into like a love interest where he really likes her. At first, he's a little bit older, so I was
Right.
like, nah, I've got to shave off some years and make him into a character that's actually like doable here between the two of them that she might even find interest in, because now I get to write about them flirting, and that's a whole fun."
She could
Part
be
of
into
it.
older guys. I mean, come on. Nothing wrong
Well,
with that.
I am.
Just saying. Just saying.
Well,
Some age like a fine wine.
I guess.
Anyway. So back to boobs.
I guess you could say that I'm in boobs a little bit myself in her.
Okay.
So that's why I would answer your question. Because I was really dumb. I look back in my young years too. I'm 32 now, and I'm like, dang, I was dumb. So,
Aren't we
but
all?
I was gonna say.
I
No,
Aren't
I
we
won't.
all?
but I had the best intentions. Yeah. It might be my husband might agree with you, but
Yeah. I'm 44 and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
there you
No
go.
worries.
Exactly. I'm 36 and lost as ever. So, you know.
I feel it.
Hmm.
So
Well,
Yeah.
we live
continue.
in such a silly world, so this
Oh
book
my
kind of
God.
makes fun of that. You know, it makes fun of the world we live in quite a lot because,
Right.
especially issue 3, you'll see. I had a blast with that issue. That's coming. So everything that it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I tried to be real serious with my career, right? And like everyone didn't make sense. The publishers didn't make sense. The creators didn't make sense. Nothing made sense. So I was just like, let me try something different, totally different with this book. You ever seen that episode of Seinfeld where that one character, he decides to do everything opposite. So he like
Yes.
takes this chick out on a date. Yeah, that's like this book
Yes.
is for my
George
life.
Costanza. Yes. Yes. I know exactly. Yes.
They're in the car and she's like, "Do you want to come up to my apartment?" And he's like, "I don't think we should on the first date." You know, he like
Yes.
totally opposite. That's what this book is. It's
Okay.
like let's do
Okay.
everything funny and not real, not serious for a second.
Sometimes that really worked. It definitely worked out for you guys. So kudos for sure.
So
Thanks.
are you feeling confident that you'll be able to get the 8-issue story arc completed? Like, I mean, it seems like this is doing really well so
Yeah, I
far.
mean the Kickstarter's I mean honestly since the last time I looked at it it's already, increased. So that's really great.
Yeah, I
There's
hope
clearly an
so.
interest.
There is an interest there. I hope
Oh
so.
yeah.
I think so because there's been people who have followed my art since I
Mhm.
started. So
Right.
and those people are awesome. Like screw the other creators. There's no ass kissing needed in my book or publishers. Like the fans are totally
Yeah.
where it's at. They know how to have fun. They're so supportive. They're great people. I'm so appreciative of them. So I mean, I think so. Just based on the fan base that I've had,
Mhm.
that's been so supportive. I think so. And if the interest in it grows, then that's even more so. What I want to do is put a bunch of funny ass gag gifts in there. Like right now, I just made a pair of silicone boobs for the stretch goal.
Nice.
I need to
Nice.
saw this.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Yes.
was going to ask you about the different stretch goals. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
because
a
I
good
actually
one.
have that here, yeah.
So
Oh,
so
good.
what
Yay.
stretch goal will that be? Because we got to get there.
Hopefully, yeah,
Everyone
I
needs silicone
know.
boobs.
For real. You can see it in the update. Maybe I'll send you a link, or if you go to the
Yeah,
campaigns
please.
in the newest
And,
update, I took pictures of it.
great. And just, just to let everyone know in the chat that we
There's
do have
so
the
many.
Kickstarter pinned in the chat, so
Yes, yes.
help a
It'll
girl out.
for sure, guys.
Oh, and I didn't send you the links like you asked me to. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean
no,
to be a
don't worry
jerk.
about that. No, no, please don't worry about that. We always like to ask everybody, where they can find each other anyway at the end, so you'll definitely have an opportunity. And of course, you
And
could just give me the links
Cool.
afterwards, and we'll
how
drop them
long
in
will
the
you be
chat.
running the Kickstarter
Yeah,
for
the
issue
campaign.
1?
Until May 6th. I did it
May
that way to
6th.
capture the net of Free Comic Book Day, which
Okay.
is May 5th. So I'm going to go to this comic shop and hang out there on Free Comic Book Day, and that's like the last day, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Here it
Okay.
is.
All
I'm
right.
Fine.
sending you the link to weigh in on the goods, is what I call the
Awesome.
update. And that has a picture of the silicone stress ball.
I'm waiting for it to come
You
through.
know, a lot of women have been embracing this book too. There's been a lot of female
Good.
backers.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No, that is good.
They
great.
think it's fun, and they'll buy it for their husbands too, or their spouses as like a joke, or just for themselves. So yeah, I haven't had any backlash at all. I
That's
think
so
it's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, because I've definitely have never been the kind of person that's subscribed to, if you're a feminist, you just got to lose all sense of femininity. I'm like, I say just do whatever you want to do.
Right.
So what are
I
the
never
different
consider myself. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh
Finish.
no, I've been talking a bunch. You go ahead. You ask me a
No,
question.
Well, I was
Josh has
just
been
gonna.
talking a
I
bunch.
know. Yeah, I've been talking plenty. Well, I just was curious about the different pledges, like what the different levels are, and what's the best one? For, asking for a friend.
Subtle.
What's going to give
Subtle.
me the most bang for my friend's buck?
Oh, the
Yeah,
most bang, huh?
yeah.
Well, the digital PDF is $10, so if you just want
Okay.
that, and then the books
Well, what if
start
you like
from
having
20
boobs
up.
in your hand? Okay.
Yes, right. Well, and in that way, two boobs are better than one. So if you buy one book, you can get another as an add-on at a discount because they should come in pairs.
Okay.
I would think.
I agree.
Josh,
So
Completely
Josh,
concur. What?
Josh, this is
What?
a comic book, not a
About
strip
boobs.
club.
It's about boobs.
Take
No,
it somewhere else,
you
bro.
can't touch it at the strip club. So just
Oh
saying.
God! I don't know if you pay him enough.
Well, that's that VIP treatment.
There you go.
Speaking of VIP, back to the tiers. Okay, so two are
uh,
better than one, yes.
yes,
And then
there's that.
but you've got the different prints and things that are
Mhm.
available.
Yes, there's
You
kind
got
of
the
like
campaign.
three themes. Oh, you were in the right spot, by the way. You just got to scroll all the way down to the bottom if you want to see the silicon.
Oh, you
Jewelries.
know what? I think I saw that because I was looking through, and I was like curious, and I saw it, and I was like, "Those are so awesome." Hold on, I gotta
You're
go all
in
the
the
way down.
tiers now. But yeah, I'll explain it to you. You can do whatever you want, but I'll explain. There's different like themes. The
Mhm.
the beach babes, I'll call them, the one where they're all in the mega pine. It's all the sirens in the water. Those are characters in the book. That's how it opens with these. It opens with some chai, and he's like sitting on a beach, and he goes, "Man, I wish I had some beer." And if you want the silicone boobies, go back to the update page before
Oh,
it. But
okay.
those are all the rewards and stuff. He goes, "I wish I had more beer, and some babes or something like that." And then this chick just magically pops out of the water, and she's got beer, and she's all sexy. And he's like, "Oh," so that was kind of like a magical kind of mermaid moment. Yes, it's at the
Okay.
very top. Weigh in on the goods.
Um,
Almost there.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Weigh in on the goods. So you've got those mermaid-like characters.
I
The
love
beach
these.
babes.
Mhm.
Thank you. And then you've got Boobs, who is cosplaying in this issue as like a Supergirl-like character. And in each of the issues, I've written it so like at the very end, she has a like elaborate costume change, either intentional or not intentional. It just happens. So each cover of each issue is like her in a different costume.
I love that breaking boobs. That's fantastic.
This
Thank
is
you.
the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, I love this.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm trying to make this the next stretch goal, but silicone, these tits aren't cheap. Yeah, now I know why boob jobs are so expensive because of silicone. So we'll see how I do it. Someone suggested I do an add-on for like $1 or something like that, and then that they
Yeah.
could get this. So I might do that because that would help me cover all the silicone. And also, I made them too well endowed, so they actually kind of like flop.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I have to
okay.
affix
Baggy
it to a
boob.
base.
Yeah. Yes. You
Oh my
need to
God.
support the boobs.
I
Yes,
could
I get
totally
that.
see this being sold at like Spencer's gift store. Like,
And you really need to
Oh,
push the silicon aspect of it because it's like feels like the real not real thing. Yeah. So
Yes, I got an overwhelming response. I in that update there, I was like, okay, so here's the problem. I made it a little too well endowed, so when you hold it up, it kind of flops, and nobody likes a flop, right? So I could affix it to a base, or I could make a keychain. I could make a necklace, so we could all wear them right here. What do you think? And I just got an overwhelming response of, I want to touch them. Like,
I
give me
love
the
this
stress
guy.
ball.
it's like that's all we want is to touch them.
emotional support tits. I love
Emotional
it.
support tits. Yes.
Just balls. Oh my God,
I'm
this
feeling
is
emotional just looking at
genius.
them.
Oh my
No,
God,
I
this is
love
so
it.
genius. This is so
Yes.
freaking genius.
Did you see that gif at the bottom that it was moving, that little
Yes.
animation? So
me go back
I could have that on my computer even. So we're making a surprise too, and that's what it takes 9 days to print this
Wow.
thing. But that was day 1. We're on day 2. So at the very end, I got a whole surprise. I'm gonna release of. You'll see, but it's gonna be fantastic.
I see
that's gonna be
boobs.
awesome. I see boobs.
boobs.
Yep. On that, our logo is actually a pair of tits.
Little
So
side boob
Sweet.
there. Yeah.
That's
Little
nice.
under boob. Yes. Cuppage.
it's just so
Wow, look at that.
ridiculous.
That's so
No one
cool.
can have a straight face when they get into this book. So
Breaking boobs.
But I love this. I mean, I love having this kind of creative freedom and being able to do exactly what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, don't I know it? I know I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun.
As you should.
Would you say it feels liberating, kind of being free of all the the constraints of the industry and just being able to do what you want to do?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I will never go back.
Yeah,
Like never.
I don't blame you.
There's some creators that don't. There's some that have worked in the industry for like 25 years and then they break off and do their own book and they're like, Psh, why would I want to work for Marvel or DC?
Yeah,
Why? When I'm myself, when I'm my own boss. I feel the
It's
same
true.
way right now. I'm having so much fun. I don't think I would even like want to go work on Batman if I was asked to. That's how much fun I'm having.
That's pretty insane.
I mean, I would in a
Yeah.
second, but that's okay. That's whatever.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Not everyone
that's the
pours themselves out
fanboy of
like
me,
you do,
though.
Josh.
Yeah, what do
Okay.
you?
Yes, but
What
they
you
say
gotta
don't
do?
meet your heroes. So see,
Yeah.
I've
True,
kind of
too.
met my heroes, so it's kind of been ruined for me.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
So don't
I
meet your
met
heroes.
mine and it was wonderful. Josh knows who I'm talking about. He's so
Go ahead.
jealous.
Share your
You
love of
shouldn't even have to be
that
jealous.
ginger hack.
Stop
Anyway,
it.
go
I
ahead.
love Conan O'Brien.
The only Conan I know is the Barbarian. It's fine. It's whatever.
And I love throwing it in his face because he gets so jealous of the way that I talk about him. But yeah, I'm a huge Conan fan and I got to meet him and he was the nicest person ever.
I got to
Oh,
meet
no.
Stan Lee, so say something. It's whatever. It's whatever.
Yes, he got to. Oh my God. I love that story so much.
Yeah, meeting Stan Lee was pretty epic for me.
That is epic.
That's a hero in the
Yep.
industry that was worth meeting for sure.
Yes. Did you see? Oh man, when he passed, there was a beautiful art piece that had all of his characters. Like Stanley was sitting in a chair in the middle and had all the characters around him, like putting their hands on him, like he was
Yes,
their hero.
yes.
Man,
Yes,
that made
I
me
did see that.
cry
though.
a little bit.
Oh,
Yes.
God. Yeah.
No, me
Mm.
too.
He gave
Yeah,
us
no,
so much.
I've actually got a big portrait of his face that's images of all the different covers from comics that he did over the years. It kind of it's one of those
Nice.
collage pictures that make his face. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been a fan for forever, and just the things that he brought to the industry. I mean, I know some people are like, well, so and so really did all the work or whatever, but Stan's still the face. You know,
Yeah, Stan is still the
he,
snake.
he
Yeah,
kept
he's still
people
Stan.
excited about comics for a long,
Mhm.
long time. So he'll be missed
Yeah.
for sure.
Agreed. He had a certain
Yeah.
charisma about him too on
Yeah.
stage. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and then the cameos at each of the movies, my kids
Oh,
always
yeah.
like those
Oh, yeah.
too. They're like, "Oh, it's Stan." Yeah,
He became
I
the
agree.
Alfred Hitchcock of Marvel. Like, oh, where's Stan? Yeah, that was always so much fun. Looking for him.
So that's a perfect segue to my next question. If Boobs became a movie,
Ooh.
who would you cast as the main characters?
Oh boy. Oh
That's a good
man.
one.
Oh, I wish you knew what the villain looked like, but you don't, because I won't reveal it yet.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
give
even
that
know.
away.
No.
That's not till issue 3. So,
I have people proposing villains too, like on the whole smacked in the face with the boob. They were all, that would be a cool villain, this chick that goes in or something. This is a podcast I did a while ago. It was so much fun. And we came up with Niplash as
I love it.
But I've written
Yeah.
this like
It's
solid.
perfect.
I know. I've written this really solid story though, so I'm like, where could I fit in Niplash? And now I'm thinking about it. So I think at the end, like, she's so inspiring with her own boob, own confidence, despite the obstacles thrown in her way, that I kind of like want to make every like shape and size boob come out, like maybe Niplash and all these other like random weird boob villains and heroines will just like pop out at the end of the story. I don't know yet. We'll see. But as far as her and Sunshine, man, I don't know. I don't know if I have a. What do you think by looking at the art? Would you think of anybody? Because I can't. I don't know. Pamela
know.
Anderson is kind of
I
like.
was gonna
You know
say
what?
she
Yeah, but she
definitely has
barbed
a
wires.
like classic
Yeah.
Pam Anderson look for sure.
Yeah,
A
barbed
little
wire
bit.
look. Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
Marilyn. If Marilyn Monroe was alive today,
that'd be a
she
good
would
one
be my
too.
first pick for boobs. Her
Yeah.
face. I saw a video of her the other day, and I went, "Dang, that looks just like boobs. Like that's how I draw her." That now I'm gonna look at Marilyn Monroe for reference because she looks just like her. So she
There you
would
go.
be probably the perfect boobs, but she's not alive.
Well, that one,
Wah,
the
wah,
one,
wah.
the one, the one cover of her with the skirt just kind of flowing out and the top sort of torn away like that kind of gives me some Marilyn Monroe vibes. What?
You studied this
Hmm.
extensively.
I may or may not have looked at the site a few times. I wanted to be prepared for the interview. That's all. It's just doing my homework. Some of us like to do a good job. I'm just saying.
You're a great co-host.
I like pinup art. Pinup art is boss. You're an artist, right? You must appreciate pinup art, though. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and you said you like
absolutely.
pinup art.
I
Mhm.
love it. Absolutely. You know, I've always thought it was just to me it glorified the female form, and it was just
Right.
very sexy and fun at the same time, and I love that they put that on the sides of planes for, you know, soldiers to see, that to inspire them, to show them what they're fighting for, you know,
Go
is
fight for our
so
tits.
like I loved it. I don't know, I appreciate it.
I
That's
definitely
awesome. That's
appreciate
like,
it, honestly. Yeah, I love the whole
yeah, you said you loved it
40s and
too.
50s.
Tell me.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
look, literally the dress that I'm wearing right now is very 50s inspired. I literally own a petticoat. One of my favorite shows is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which takes place in the late 50s. I just love that time period. I love that era. And yeah, I've always loved like the whole pinup look, you know, Marilyn Monroe. I mean, Betty Boop was based on pinups, and who's the most famous pinup? What's her name?
Oh, I
Oh,
know who
what the
you're
heck's
talking
her
about,
name?
but
Yeah, can't remember her
Betsy.
name. Bet oh, dark hair.
Yeah, Betsy something Page.
Betty
Betty Page.
Page?
Betty Page.
Betty
Betty
Page.
Page.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've always loved that. I mean, The Rocketeer is like one of my favorite movies, and I know that Jennifer Connelly's character was that whole character was based, I think, on Betty Page. So yeah, I love that whole influence.
Speaking of boobs, yeah,
Jesus.
Jennifer Connelly. That could be.
Jeez.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Ignore him.
I got distracted
Ignore
again.
him.
That's awesome you guys said that, because that's exactly like even word for word what I was going for. Like throughout this whole book, I kind of feel like, am I perverted? Like why? You know, because like I'm drawing this book and I'm like, you know, I just put a boob there, and a boob there, and I like have boiled it down. These are all the thoughts I've gone through my head, and I like I said they come out in the character, and I'm like, you know what? Like it just boils down to this. Like, and it was exactly what you just said. Like the soldiers, it reminded them what they were fighting for, and then the women, it makes them feel proud of who they
Mhm.
are, because it's so
Yeah.
like happy and positive and just like appreciates the female form. Like there's nothing wrong with that, and
Not at
it's a
all.
very
At
positive
all.
thing all around. It's good for both
Absolutely.
sides. Yeah, that's what, exactly the look, that like that feeling I wanted to bring out, because like it should inspire everyone to remember like what's good about all of us, and we should feel
Yeah, we
proud
should
about all that. So
appreciate each other, you know?
Love
I mean,
your
that's
bodies, ladies. Love your bodies no matter what. Just embrace it for sure.
yeah, we can't change it, so
Yeah, exactly.
there's no sense in not loving yourself, so that's very cool. And then the men love it, so it reminds, I think it makes them, well actually there's a line in the book in number 2, and where Samchai is talking about it a little bit, and he says just like what you said out there just makes me feel like a man, like it makes me feel good about myself supporting you in this. So yeah, that's really cool that you guys said that, because that's like exactly what I was going for, so I hope that continues.
good.
Each issue is going to have a pinup cover too, so
Oh,
Oh,
that,
that's
that's
awesome.
great. Yeah, I'm definitely on
That's
board.
awesome.
Oh my God, this
cool.
was so wonderful. Thank you so
No,
much,
trust
Mindy,
me,
for
I'm
coming
I'm
on.
definitely
Yeah,
going
he's
to be
all about
backing
it.
it. So I'm just saying. I mean, what? No,
What? He's a collector, so he's gonna have to have this now.
yes, yes, I do.
Nice. Oh
But
man, I
no,
can't wait to tell you what the surprise is in the end. So it's a statue of sorts. I'll just reveal it. So, and it's
Okay.
one of the poses. Yeah. And the second, oh, I don't know if I want to reveal it next. Just wait. I'll just
Just
keep in
wait.
touch
No,
with me.
no.
I'll
Just
send you the links as the
okay.
surprises come out. Yes,
Okay.
because it'll
Okay.
be fun.
Awesome.
Yes. Excited.
Awesome.
Yes. That's it. I'm pumped.
I'm
Get
sure
it?
you are.
Pumped.
Yeah,
Anyway,
pumped.
sorry.
But
I'm full of them. I'm full
Good
of them all
one.
night.
oh my
Haven't heard that
God.
word.
No, please don't encourage him.
I'm here all night, people.
Tip your waiter.
He's just trying to get the full experience.
Yes, it's just every pun he could think of, he's
Yep,
just throwing it
yes,
out there.
man, yep,
Oh my gosh, Mindy, this was so wonderful. Thank you so much. I actually have to
absolutely.
really shout out our buddy Blake of the Dork Wars podcast. He's actually the one that got us connected with your booker, and he said, "Oh, this is right up your alley." He gave me the Kickstarter page, and as soon as I clicked on it and I saw it, and I'm like, Yep, this is us. This is
Yes.
definitely
No,
right
I
up our
did
alley.
too.
This is
As soon
totally
as I saw
us. I
the
was like,
thumbnail from the link she sent me, I was like, oh, yep,
yep,
this will
that's it.
work.
Done.
Well,
I can't wait.
I'm sold. So again, I was immediately invested in boobs. Just saying.
And again, this is really special. You are our first official guest under the
Yes.
new brand of Pop My
Thank you so
Culture.
much for coming
So
on.
yeah, we
It's
had
been a
a lot of
blast.
I
fun.
love
Yeah,
the
it's been a real
logo.
blast. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
I did all the work. I
No,
Absolutely.
mean,
you
wait
did
a minute.
not. Don't
I know.
even.
No, I did
No,
not.
he did not.
I gave my opinion on all the work.
I
There
had to
you
teach
go.
him how to
So,
log into StreamYard today. So no, you're not taking any.
hey, some
That's
of us
right.
work for a living. What? No.
I work for a living. Come at me, bro.
uh, anyway,
Again, the Kickstarter link is pinned in the chat. Please go check it out. Please support Mindy and her husband Mike. As you could tell, they're obviously very lovely people. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to actually go ahead and purchase it myself because I definitely want to read these issues. But where can people find you?
Oh, I'd say, well, all across social media, I'm just Mindy Wheeler art anywhere.
Okay.
I find that Twitter sometimes hides my artwork because of the nature. That's been more of a recent development. So I guess Elon maybe is scared of boobs. That's what someone says.
that does not surprise me. Does not surprise
I
me.
mean, you're welcome to find me on Twitter, but I kind of prefer, since it's much more of a visual thing. Instagram has been my favorite lately,
Yeah.
but I'm also on Facebook. And I had a much larger YouTube channel, but actually nuked it. Like I
Mhm.
said, I like quit comics for a while, and I was all, bah, screw this
Yeah, I get that.
toxic industry. Yeah, and I deleted all my social media profiles. So then I'm back, but my YouTube channel is not near where it was, but you can still find. I'll do live streams like drawings and stuff like that there and on my Facebook page. But you
Well,
guys are a
what
blast. You
really?
guys are so cute. I love
Thank you so
the
much.
chemistry here.
What brought you back? Just, I mean,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, what made you, after taking the break from it, what made you come back?
That's a good question too. Gosh, I've never been asked that, I don't think. The love for the medium and the story, like
I
100%.
appreciate that.
And it was
Yeah.
even this is thanks. This is really cool to me. I don't think anybody realizes except for maybe me cuz I was so like alone in the bubble of creating this book with my husband at work, like we kind of disconnected off of comics and it almost became like a trigger of like a little bit of arguments or like sadness just because we had gone through so many bad experiences of like creators we supported, then like one day they're our friends, one day they're bashing us online or something or whatever, and it's been so like political and so polarized, lies. I come to find like other indie creators are some of the most toxic people I've ever met. And I really don't even think that it was a lot of politics. I think creators do this
Mhm.
because of competition.
Yeah.
I think they're killing off their competition. I think it really
Mhm.
has nothing to do with anything else. And I've been watching them, but yeah, I mean, I went online and I cut myself off, but I don't think anybody really realizes how amazing this experience is for me to have like success on the Kickstarter now and to have like support from people and all this like showering of love by people who are following the book and stuff. Because I almost didn't come back like at all, and we almost just trashed the book. In fact, my husband
Wow.
was ready. He was like, you should just like cut it off, just deliver it to the people who you said you would, and then just like wash your hands of it. We'll do something else that's not so toxic. But there was something in me that I was like, I have to keep on. I can't give up, and that like persistence is what got me here. But it was very questionable. Like I've had a lot of ups and downs emotionally over this book, whether or not to continue. And I'm so glad that I did, because
Yeah.
now it's like I am having the most fun I've ever had, and I will never go back. Like I can't believe I questioned myself and I let other people get to me. Screw that.
No,
Screw those
no. I mean,
people.
it,
Screw all
it
of
it
that.
seems like it was worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you've got something really great going here, and I think it's really exciting to see where it's going to go from here. So,
So,
Thank you.
there's anything you can take away from this stream other than
I like
you know.
boobs. Yeah.
No, I mean, really, in all honesty, I mean, if you could take anything away from this stream, is don't give up, and literally, fuck the haters, and don't let it affect you, and just you do you. I mean, and that's all you can do. And believe me, somebody out there is gonna like what you do. So just keep at it. So I'm glad, because if not, then we wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is really awesome. I really enjoy sharing this with everybody because I just want to laugh. That's all we've ever been. My husband and I think we haven't
Yeah.
channeled our creativity properly, and now this is like it's blossomed into this like
Such a great
beautiful
feeling.
thing. It is, and now we're having a blast. He's helping me pour these molds. We're getting into all these other titles. Like now we've written Super Dick, and I'm like, this is what I was missing in my life. So
And that's
yes,
the thing, is
definitely
once you
don't give
jump
up.
Me
into it,
too.
yeah. And once you jump into it, you don't know what it's gonna evolve into. So no, just keep plugging away at it, keep going, because
When
you
you
don't
feel
know
the
what it's gonna lead
inspiration, you
to.
have to
You
embrace it.
have to. Yeah,
You
you
have
do.
to.
You definitely
Yep.
do.
You just
And
it's
as an
otherwise
artist, you
all it
must
leaves
know.
is regret,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
then
As an
Yeah.
all you
artist.
think is, wow, what could have happened if I had just done that?
Mm-hmm.
So
You never
Mm-hmm.
want that
it's
what
better to
if, that
try than
woulda,
to
shoulda, coulda. You
wonder
never
what
want
if.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly.
don't want that.
Yep. And
Absolutely.
as an artist too, you must know that like I've tried to quit art, but it like I can't quit
You
you.
can't.
You know.
You can't.
I
No,
don't
you
know how to
can't.
quit
You
you.
can't.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how
no,
to-
I feel it.
You can't.
I feel it. No, and you were talking about comics as a collector. That's something that I've gone into and out of multiple times. And again, it's just the medium that
Yeah.
drags me back in. I can't deny it. I see one on the rack, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll grab that, and I'll look. Okay, I'll just get this one, and then the next
And
thing you know,
I'm more
hundreds
like your
deep. So,
husband. I'm a writer, so when something
nice.
strikes, like I have to write it down. I have constantly have notepads all over the place. I try and keep a notepad with me in my purse, because I can't stop.
That's cool.
When it
Yeah,
strikes, it strikes.
it is. I think creative people really just need that outlet.
Hmm.
And sometimes creative people, like my husband's a pretty macho dude and very tall and can even look a little intimidating, and we're like this much apart in our height too. Like, yeah. It like never really occurred to me like, wow, he's actually kind of creative, because he doesn't like, he doesn't look like what an artist type, but
Mhm.
like
yeah,
people are creative in all different ways, and he's
yeah,
very like
It's true.
spontaneous. He's very spontaneous. He's a writer. He
Hmm.
likes to like start business opportunities, and he's always like cracking jokes. And it occurred to me like recently, I was all, oh hey, like that's his creative side. It's not
Yeah.
just his personality, and you
that's how he
can't stop
expresses his art.
Yep.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it's fun when
It's
chemistry is
true.
there. Just that
I
chemistry
express
means
myself
something.
to Josh all the time.
Hmm. See, feel the love. Yeah. Anyway, teamwork makes the dream work. Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you
with
so
us
much,
tonight,
Mindy. This was
Mindy.
absolutely
It's
wonderful. Yeah.
wonderful.
That was
We're
wonderful for
very,
me.
very
That was
happy to be able to help you get the word out about these boobs.
Yeah.
these
And
boobs, man.
you're welcome back anytime, and we're gonna have you back so we can have your husband on.
That would be fun. That
Yeah.
we're
You
quite
guys can come
the
back and talk
team.
about issue number 2. So
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be really fun. Yes, I really like this environment, and you guys are fun. Yeah, like
thank you.
this is gonna last. I know it. When you find something really worthwhile, just don't let go. Right? Don't let go of it. So
It's true.
I thank you
Very.
guys for
Well,
having
thank
me.
you.
Oh, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
We're just gonna put you in the back really quick.
That sounds wrong, but yeah.
Well, I
Enjoy,
mean,
enjoy
it's
being in the
kind of
back, Mindy.
our show. I mean, we're called Pop My
Like
Culture, for
some
God's
human
sakes.
centipede stuff or
Jeez.
something. Like that's the worst place to be. Anyway,
Just hang out for a sec. We're gonna do our
Alright.
shit, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again, Mindy. We
Okay.
really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Oh, that was so great.
Absolutely.
That was so great. All right. Well, Boobs, please make sure you check out the Kickstarter. Please help her out in any way possible. We know times are tough, so even if you can't afford one of the tiers, please share the shit out of it. We like to promote artists and creators. Lord knows you and I
Absolutely.
are both very creative people, so I'm all about the arts. So support the
Bullshit
arts.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stand up
exactly.
philosopher.
So just a little quick, housekeeping stuff. The Red 5 Tavern we are, part of the Red 5 Network, but the Red 5 Tavern is on hiatus. We're taking a little spring break, and our lovely Kelly is working on spring break stories of all of our characters as to what they've been up to. So make sure to look out for that. And then
Sprinkles is
really
keeping the stripper pole warm.
listen, Sprinkles does what she does, and she likes to get up on that pole and earn her copper.
She does.
You can't say she's lazy. That little gnome knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we love to support people even outside of the Red 5 Network. So just to get serious for a second here, if any of you know, we are obviously very good friends with the entire Monkey Lizard Army that is head up by our fearless leader, Salacious Rum. One of our friends within that community, by the name of the Peaky Arrow Productions, he is actually doing an 18-hour charity stream this Sunday for blood cancer. So once again, if you could stop by, donate, share it, whatever the case may be, come and hang out with us. I'm going to be dropping in. He's going to be
I'll
doing
be dropping
all,
in.
yeah,
Peaky is England's #1 dogger. You're
number
gonna
one
see
dogger.
all
If you don't
kind
know
of
what that
things.
means, look it up.
Yeah.
He'll be doing all sorts of crazy activities. So the more you donate, the more crazy shit he's gonna do, like eating, I don't know, some sort of ghost pepper or hot pepper crickets. I don't know, his dick. I don't know. He's gonna be doing something. But either way,
He's so
tune in and find out. Oh yeah, what's Bane up to today?
He's getting horny.
All these boobs.
All these boobs make me horny.
Oh my god, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, you can follow Pop My Culture on Twitter at pop_my_culture. Thanks a lot, Twitter, for making it difficult. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Pop My Culture. Bye.
Stay sticky, guys.